My son's 13 years old. So he's telling me, he calls me Papi. Papi, I don't want to go to college. The times that I get to speak at Stanford, it started probably 6 years ago, and the question comes up, what is it that separates you from so many other entrepreneurs? And I said, I feel pretty lucky because the industry that I'm in, most of my clients are very, very successful. And I meet with about 8 to 12 clients every single day. So what I tell Stanford students and the attendees is that I get to have 8 to 12 little mini MBAs every single day. Every single day, because all of my clients are super successful, so we talk. And sometimes I'll ask a question, what is it? How do you do it? Or what's the toughest thing about you being successful? And I do that 8 to 12 times a day, and it really, really helps. So, and I know I'm in the same boat, and my mindset's in the same mindset as they are. We get personal, and over time, we become friendly. They'll open up to me. Art, they'll ask me, Art, what's a good investment now? I'll ask them, what's going on? Tell me, help me out. I want to put some money over there. What do you think? If they're a stockbroker, if they're a real estate professional, I'll ask them. We talk real estate. In the medical industry, they really don't know much about business, so they'll ask me because they know I'm a businessman. And so we kind of share things back and forth, and we just share about life. Is college totally necessary? Back when I was growing up, I didn't think it was. I knew myself that I didn't need it because I was going to be self-employed. But in today, I see it that I think it's necessary. If you're going to go work for a Fortune 500 company, it's definitely not only your bachelor's, but you need your master's today. It's because I see my friends getting these diplomas, and they're soaring in these big, huge companies. But as an entrepreneur, I don't see it that you need it. Yes, you need some training, but you don't need that training. This is a great question. The question you asked me. Let me talk about my son. My son's 13 years old. So he's telling me, he calls me Papi. Papi, I don't want to go to college. I said, why not? He says, I want to be like you. I said, that's fine. But if you want to come and work in my business, you're going to start from the ground up, just like I did. But if you were to go to college, you could start somewhere in the middle and move from there. He says, well, I don't want to. I want to start just like you. So it takes a lot of training, takes a lot of reading, takes a lot of seminars, it takes a lot of coaching. The amount of money that I have spent on myself is probably equivalent to what I would have spent at Stanford. But I didn't, self-development. When it comes to self-development, I could take it into 4 different parts. I could take it into 25% in sales, okay? 25% psychology, 25% mindset, and then 25% on motivation. Because that's such an important part. Every single part is important, but you need a balance. You need to be balanced. If you're not balanced, you're going to be lacking in something, and you're not going to figure it out until much, much later. So starting young, there's nothing wrong with starting young. Starting younger to what a doctor, so I have a lot of clients who are doctors, and they're in their pushing 40s. And here I am, I started when I was 19. They ask me business questions because they have no idea about business. All they've been training was to be a medical doctor. So they have zero experience. So here I am, not educated like them at all, but educated in business and in life, asking me, what do I need to do to be as successful as you? So it's different kinds of trainings.